But again, as everyone probably says, every fabric structure is very unique to itself. And again, here we had to develop its own methodology. Initially, we had to stress the entire cables close by, which was never done before. Individual cables had to be pulled close by almost 36 tons of load. And another big issue with the fabric was reaching the height there and having people go there, work on top. And that wasn't an easy task. We had to train a lot of people. And generally in India, people are not used to working at heights and working independently on ropes.
As each of the membranes were lifted into place, the job of securing them started. Wherever the membrane was attached to the cabling, the edges were lined with metallic clamps. Metallic strips were looped around the cable and bolted to the membrane along the clamps. It was very important for the team to keep the membrane tight with the right amount of tension.
Till this date, we have maintained a safety record of 5 million man-hours imparted safety training, because you see, this structure is a very massive structure. From the ground level, it is 50 meters high. And you have to go there directly by accessing rope.
A total of 88 membrane panels were installed, and once all the panels were in place, stretched and secured into place, they were strong enough to drive a car on them.
It is the second largest membrane structure in the Asia, but largest in the cable stay structure. We have our associates like steel structures, P&R from Rohtak, the Tire Membrane Corporation Australia. We have procured materials, this membrane from US, and the cables and these accessories we have procured from Germany, from Piper.
While all the action that was taking place inside, there was a very important feature being constructed outside: the steel ramps, which are the mass access system for the stadium. These orange-colored ramps are meant for the entry and exit of people to and from the main stadium. They were designed in a way to ensure complete evacuation of the stadium in less than 6 minutes. It was tedious work to erect the 112 curved ramp beams and then connect them by 280 tie beams. A total of 14 ramps were built. Another crucial fabrication that was taking place simultaneously was that of the catwalk. Catwalks are meant to hold all the sports lighting and public address system speakers for the stadium. It is meant to facilitate people for maintenance work and make the access to lights and speakers easy. These catwalks were fitted with the lights and all the required cabling during the fabrication and finished before being brought in for the final lift. Before the lift, they were fitted with special speakers that were dangled below it in an arc, thus ensuring that the sound quality was maintained and that it reached every nook and corner where the spectators were seated. Each catwalk section was painstakingly hoisted into place, secured at the top, and then connected to the preceding section. With all the catwalk sections in place, connected and completed, there was a suspended ring just below the membranes. The lighting levels were designed to meet the international standards for HD quality broadcast, thus requiring lights on masts on top of the cable ring. 264 lights were mounted on 22 light masts, which were erected over the cable structure. These light masts were delicately hoisted up using a high crane. A beautiful structure. It was pinned on the cable ropes and then bound with 12mm ropes from two sides. All the lights were tested for 400 hours before the Commonwealth Games.
This project was a design and build project, and designing had to be done for different levels. Basically, all these levels of lux levels have been done with the help of PLC, and all the switching on is through the PLC. For the PA system, we have two SPL levels, sound pressure levels defined. One is normal conditions and the echo levels basically which will come. See, as the count from the crowd increases, accordingly it has been designed that the speakers, their sound levels should increase.
Another very crucial feature of the stadium that was being constructed at the same time was that of an access tunnel below the central field. This was to be used by the performers during the opening and the closing ceremony for easy entry and exit to the center of the field. Other than being wide enough to accommodate a large number of people, very well lit, as it was a tunnel, it also had a steel double-door roof at the center of the field that could be opened and closed as required. It was air-conditioned and also had the facility to install lights that were used during different items presented during the opening and closing ceremonies.
Project of this complexity is a rare one, and it's a good feel, definitely, for the whole team.
The Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium stands as the au-courant testimony of India's architectural legacy. The contemporary cable designs enhanced the crown structure of the stadium. The European coronet of the 14th century has been transformed into a glorified steel structure. The testimony of its utility is evident in its usage in the track and field events that were held here. The most laudable achievement that Shapurji Palonji has had for them and for the construction industry at large is that such a huge and complicated project was successfully executed. A stadium built well, used well, is a reason to celebrate.